So one of the great things about Photopea is it doesn't just allow us to edit images in pixels, but it also gives us the option to create a GIF, or a graphics interchange format, which is basically those short little videos where things rotate back and forth in a loop. If you're interested in challenging yourself with your pixel art and you want to create a GIF, I'm going to show you a few different strategies. And most of those will focus on utilizing the layers section of your Photopea document. So the layer section is down here in the lower right, and this is where we can stack different images on top of each other. One of the things that you'll notice is there are a couple details and icons that we will see. The first is a smaller version of our artwork along with the title for it. It defaults to background. You'll also notice that it has a lock screen here. Usually if you're working on the background layer, it's going to lock it instantly. To change that, you come up above, you click the lock, you can click on lock, or you can click on the lock itself. If you ever want to lock an area and leave it alone so that you don't mess with it, you can just click the lock when it's selected, and you'll notice that it's a different color of gray. Another thing that you can do is toggle on and off layers so that you can see them. So if there were a layer underneath, I could toggle the one on top off so that I can no longer see it. So I will click on the eyeball here, it'll disappear. I click on the eyeball, it comes back. If you want to make a GIF, you're going to want to add a second layer. The first thing that we're going to want to do though is title it. So what I like to do is right click, and you are able to duplicate the layer. You can also double click on it and retitle it. So one of the great things about Photopea is that it's not just used for image editing and pixel art, but you can also create a GIF, or a graphic interchange format, which are those little looping videos or images that allow something to show motion. It's kind of like a little animation. To do that in Photopea, we're going to need to utilize the Layers tab here on the right, and then export it as a GIF document. Just to introduce a Layers tab, a couple things that you will notice. First of all, you're going to see a list of layers. In this case, we've only got one. We're going to show you how to add a couple more and rename them in a moment. First thing that you'll notice is that there's a smaller version of your image located there. There's also a title for it. If you want to retitle it, you're going to want to double click on it and click on your keyboard to retitle it. I'm just going to call this layer 1 because it's my first one. We'll come back and talk about how we need to title this for the GIF in a moment. You'll also notice that there's a lock button on here. Typically your background layer is going to be locked first, and this allows you to not make changes to it whenever it's going into another layer. To change that, you can simply click on the lock. If you want to lock a layer underneath so that you can't make changes, make sure it's selected. You'll notice it's a different value of gray, and click the lock, and that'll lock that layer. If you have layers on top of each other and you want to turn one on or off, just to see what it looks like, you can come over to the eyeball icon over here and click that on and off as well. And that'll allow you to toggle your layers on and off. For a GIF, we're going to oftentimes want to create at least 2 to 3 different layers. Sometimes they're going to have similar features, sometimes they're going to be a little bit different. What I like to do is duplicate that layer. I'm going to unlock this layer so I can edit it, and then I'm going to right click and click duplicate layer. What this is going to do is create a copy, and this is going to be on top of that layer. How do I know? I can come over with my pencil, and you want to make sure that this layer is selected. If not, you will not be drawing on it. I'm going to go to where my pencil tool is, and maybe I will just give this some eyebrows. How do I know I've drawn on this layer? Well, if I toggle it off, the eyebrows have disappeared on the other layer. If we want to turn this into a GIF where the eyebrows are coming on and off, we're going to want to order it. Now the thing that you can do to order it is grab it and drag it down, and you will also need to rename it. The way that Photopea processes GIFs is you want to start it off with _a_. That is the key to creating a GIF format. So place that on there and then type in a number. When you go to the next layer, you're going to want to repeat the process. Type _a_, and potentially another number. So this allows us to see the order. The _a_ tells us that it's a GIF. The _a_1 and 2 allow us to know the order. So let's export this. What you're going to do is go up to File, Export As, and you'll see that there is a GIF option. You can click that GIF option. What it'll do is show you a small version of this. You'll notice that it's too small. So what we need to do is resize this What I'm going to do is click over here to inches, and I'm going to make it much larger, 8 inch by 8 inch. You can also alter the speed at this point and go much slower or much faster depending on what you want. Once you have that set up, what you can do is click Save, and that will export it.